Welcome into Arsenal Report, and as many people saw, Max Dman was the star of England under-17 side in the European Championships this summer, and everybody's asking, how many minutes will he play for Arsenal this year? And my assumption is he will play more minutes than Ethan Nwaneri played, which was around 1,400 minutes. I think it'll be pretty similar. A lot of it will be very dependent on our cup competitions. I'd expect Dman to play in the League Cup. That may be his first match. So that's usually around October, maybe late September or so. I'd expect him to play in the FA Cup. That's not until January. Depends how far we go in that. Depends on who we play in that. But I would definitely expect him to be around 1,500 minutes for Arsenal's first team next year, assuming all goes well. They are going to watch him incredibly closely, not just for his performances, but his ability to keep up with the physicality, his ability to keep his stamina up, his ability to continue to be in school as he's a 15-year-old, and how it works with that. The Champions League, depending on who we get in the league table, I could see him playing maybe more of the domestic matches and traveling to some of the further matches. So, listen, Max Dman is 100% a part of the plans next year, and he is playing a part in the transfer plans for this summer. We are looking at number 10s, but we're not looking at number 10s that are going to clog his pathway. So this is going to be a number 10 who comes in and either is already of a prime age or somebody who, will be able to split minutes with Max Dman or has versatility to not be in the way of Max Dman. Hence why I don't think we're at the table for Florian Wirtz, but we will be at the table for Xavi Simons. So Max Dman is in a very, very good spot, as our Arsenal, for him to make that move up. And I think people need to be even more prepared to not be disappointed by the lack of minutes Dman gets, but understand where the club's coming from. This is a 15-year-old. Yes, if his performances are electrifying, he's going to play more minutes than Ethan Nwaneri. But Ethan Nwaneri played lots of minutes for a 17-year-old this year, 1,371 minutes or whatever it was, around 1,400 minutes. That's a lot of minutes for a 17-year-old. We haven't had a 17-year-old play that many minutes since Jack Wilshere. So, keeping that all in mind, Max Dman's 2 years younger than that. He is going to take some time to adjust. He's not just going to be thrown into a Premier League starting 11. His first minutes likely are going to come in League Cup action unless, he'll probably make the bench in the Premier League a couple times. Maybe if we're up a bunch, he'll get some minutes at home or something to kind of receive that warm reception. I think he will 100% break Ethan Nwaneri's record for youngest player to ever feature in the Premier League. I'd expect all those things to happen, and I expect him to have a very fun season for fans. And you got to love these types of rumors. Emi Martinez being linked back to Arsenal. Julian Alvarez, I saw linked to go to Arsenal. These are the kind of rumors that are just completely made up by agents. They're not real. There is a 0% chance Emi Martinez signs for Arsenal this transfer window. We will shut down the channel. I will shut down all my Arsenal channels if that happens. 0% chance. This is just made up to try and drive up his asking price, both for Aston Villa, for his agent, to secure higher wages, to secure a better package. Emi Martinez is either going to Manchester United, or I think what he'll do is go to the Saudi League. He's done at the top level, as we saw in that collapse in the final game for Aston Villa. He just is a bit overrated. He makes an occasional amazing save, and he is great with the ball at his feet, and he makes a lot of penalty saves. But overall, an overrated goalkeeper who is not good enough for Arsenal. That's just the honest to God truth. David Raya is a better goalkeeper than Emi Martinez, as he has showcased over the past 2 seasons. Don't read it. Don't believe everything you read. Emi Martinez is a load of nonsense, as is Julian Alvarez. Julian Alvarez just went to Atletico Madrid for 80 million euros. So unless we're spending 140 million euros on Julian Alvarez, why would they sell him? What would be the point of having signed him and having him have such a great season? Do not believe everything that you read. And then Antoine Semeno, another link that's been strong with Arsenal for a long period of time. The Bournemouth winger, who had 13 goals and 7 assists in all competitions, 42 appearances for Bournemouth this year, had an electrifying start to the season and had a great finish with that brace against Leicester City. But his consistency is a big worry of mine. He just had 4 goals and 1 assist in his final 13 Premier League appearances this season. We cannot afford to spend on someone who's going to have a drought like that. This is a player who played the full 90 in nearly every single one of those matches. It's just not the kind of summer where we're going to go out and get somebody who isn't providing, 15, 20 goal contributions next year in the Premier League at a bare minimum. And yes, Semeno had 20 goal contributions in all competitions, but that includes a goal and an assist against West Brom in the FA Cup, a goal against Everton in the 4th round of the FA Cup, so the second round of the Premier League's involved in. So you take those 3 out. Then you can also discuss the fact that, he had a little run in the middle where he was just spectacular. And the first 3 matches, he had 3 goal contributions, but too many spouts of having nothing at all happen for Antoine Semeno. So to me, that doesn't put him in a position to really be the level of what we need. Yeah, if we were to go sign Rodrigo and a striker and we were looking at a third attacker in that 40 million euro range, sure, Semeno is a great option to come in. But I'd much rather go sign Brian Mbeumo than I would Antoine Semeno. I think that's a no-brainer. Or go sign someone with a little bit more potential, a little bit more of the unknown. Maybe even Ryan Cherky at 22 million euros would be an excellent signing. I don't think Semeno will come to Arsenal, even though he is a boyhood Arsenal fan. He's a very good player, but not quite the level of what we need. And back to the conversation of the number 10, as I mentioned with Max Dman. It's a big question whether or not to sign a number 10 in this window, because clearly we're moving towards that strategy. I've talked about it so much with signing Zubamendi and what that means. We're going to go towards that double pivot a little bit more. We're going to see Miles kind of hop into that double pivot a little bit more. We're going to see Ethan play a little bit more as a number 10. We have Fabio Vieira coming back from loan. So do you just keep Fabio Vieira and you split those number 10 minutes between Odegaard, Vieira, Nwaneri, potentially Dman? Or do you go sign a huge name number 10? Go get a Wirtz or a Musiala, those two obviously not coming, a Xavi Simons, a Ryan Cherky type of player. To me, Ryan Cherky would be a really interesting one. The French connection with Arsenal is always there. Cherky can play off the left, can play off the right, can play through the middle, really offers a lot. Such a decent deal to get done for a very talented young player, still an under 21 French player, and such a low price. His wages would be extraordinarily low as well. That, to me, would be a great number 10 because he's somebody who can start at left wing. He could be back up to Saka. He could split minutes with Nwaneri. He won't be in the way of Dman in the future. He'll be a sellable asset in a lot of ways. No matter what happens, we're not going to lose much on a 22 million euro signing. I don't know why we're not at the table for a Ryan Cherky. So the answer about number 10 is you either go big, like a Xavi Simons, someone who's incredible already at the top of his game, even though he's a young player. The wages won't be crazy. The fee would be in the 60 million euro range. Nothing too wild, but also obviously makes our game better and is versatile. Or you go somebody young and cheap, like a Ryan Cherky. I just wouldn't go somewhere in the middle where you're spending 50 million on someone who's going to clog the pathway, who's going to demand minutes. You kind of already have that with Odegaard in a lot of ways. Like, not that Odegaard's clogging anyone's pathway, but it does feel like next year is a make or break year for Odegaard, where if he doesn't adapt to playing as a number 10 and he isn't leading the club as our captain, he's going to have a foot out the door next summer because Ethan will have put his name in the ring for that spot, as will Max Dman. So it's a big summer, not only for the number 10 position for the future, but for Martin Odegaard, and who we sign will really dictate how much minutes Martin Odegaard will play in the next couple of seasons and how important Arteta sees him as the future. I think a lot of people think Arteta is protecting Martin Odegaard, but what happens in the summer transfer window will really showcase what the next steps are for number 8 at our club currently. Thanks for watching Arsenal Report. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. We're posting videos daily as the summer transfer window is upon us. A big one for Arsenal in the future of the club as we chase a huge season next year where we must win a title.